The school board meeting will begin in 2 minutes. Please take your seats. Again, the school board meeting will begin in 2 minutes. The school board meeting will begin in 1 minute. Please take your seats. Again, the school board meeting will begin in 1 minute.
Good morning. The September 21st, 2023 special school board meeting of the Marion County School Board is now called to order at 8:30 a.m. Mirroring and modeling the way our students begin each of their school days, I ask that we please observe a moment of silence. Please join me. Thank you. I'll now read our school district leadership motto. We are the Marion County School District leadership team. When we come together to work, we are efficient, effective, and productive. Our three most important characteristics are dedicated, transparent, and individually responsible. To work well together, we must demonstrate respect, confront reality, and be accountable. We will always put students first. We will leave a legacy of success. For the courtesy of those listening to the meeting, I request anyone in the audience to please remove their hats and turn off their electronic devices or put them on silent. Later in the meeting, up to 30 minutes will be provided for individuals to address the board on matters concerning the operation of the school system or the school board only. Presentations to the board are limited to 5 minutes and are televised. If you wish to address the board regarding a regular agenda item or matters on which the board customarily takes action, a peach-colored form must be completed that are in the lobby. If you wish to address the board on a public hearing or student discipline matter, please complete a lime green colored form. These forms must be fully completed and returned to the board clerk no later than 5:40 a.m. The procedures applicable for each are on a separate sheet. Board clerk, please call the roll.
Dr. Allison Campbell, District 1.
Here.
Mrs. Lori Conrad, District 2.
Here.
Mr. Eric Cummings, District 3.
Here.
Mrs. Nancy Thrower, District 4. Dr. Sarah James, District 5.
Here.
Dr. Diane Gullett, Superintendent.
Here.
Mr. Jeremy Powers, School Board Attorney.
Here.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. Also, For those watching, Ms. Thrower is joining us, Vice Chair Thrower is joining us via phone, so she's there, you just can't see her. And now, if you would please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dr. Gullett, would you like to make a recommendation on this morning's agenda, please?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. I certainly will. I recommend approval of the agenda for the September 21st, 2023 special school board meeting with the materials in the board packet, those materials distributed to board members at the meeting, and the audio recording included as part of the official record of the meeting, with the exception of the following items, 8.1, 8.2, and 8.3 that have been placed under discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. May I have a motion on the superintendent's recommendation?
So moved.
Motion by Reverend Cummings. Second. Second by Ms. Conrad. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 5-0. Ms. Martinez, can you please provide the proof of publication for this morning's meeting?
The notice for the September 21st, 2023 special board meeting ran in the Ocala Gazette on September 8th, 2023. The proof of publication has been attached in board docs under proof of publication.
Thank you so much. I would like to ask the school board's attorney now to explain the rules governing this morning's meeting.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In compliance with Section 286.0114 of Florida statutes, the school board has adopted uniform procedures for public speakers who wish to speak at this morning's meeting, either regarding one of today's agenda items or a matter related to the operations of the school district. These procedures will ensure the public has a reasonable opportunity to be heard on school board and school district matters. A written summary of these procedures is available from the table in the lobby. Public speaker forms are also located on the same table. The completed forms are due to the school board's clerk no later than 8:40 a.m. This morning's speakers will be called prior to the business portion of the school board's meeting in the order of receipt by the school board clerk. Before you begin speaking, please state your full name for the record and spell your last name. Each speaker will have 5 minutes of time. However, if there are more than 5 persons who wish to speak, the board may seek consensus to limit each speaker's time to 3 minutes. When the speaker has 1 minute remaining, the speaker will receive a visual notice to complete his or her comments. Speakers may not yield their time to other people. Speakers and meeting attendees are expected to conduct themselves in a respectful manner. Therefore, verbal attacks and profanity are strictly prohibited. Pursuant to procedures for public comments, item 6, speakers are not to identify specific individuals other than themselves or their child unless the statement is provided 24 hours in advance. The board is here to listen to your comments only. You may be directed to an administrative staff member following the conclusion of your comments for further assistance to address your concerns. To ensure student privacy, only a parent or guardian may use a student's first or last name. Identifying references to or identification of other students or their families are also strictly prohibited. A public speaker's speech does not reflect the endorsement, sponsorship, position, or expression of the school district. Thank you for your attention to the board's requirements. Chair, that concludes my explanatory remarks.
Thank you, Attorney Powers. Ms. Martinez, do we have any speakers for this special meeting this morning?
No, Madam Chair.
Thank you. So the board will be taking individual votes on items 8.1, 8.2, and 8.3 that have been placed under discussion. So may I have a motion to approve the contract for architectural design services for new technology building, project 24-100?
So moved.
Motion by Reverend Cummings. Second by Ms. Conrad. Dr. Gullett, do you have anything additional for this item, please?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just that obviously this is the data center, and the team went out and looked at some other facilities, and Ms. Dobbins is here if there are any specific questions related to this item. Thank you.
Okay. Board, are there any comments or discussion on this item? Yes, Dr. James.
Just want to compliment the work the team's doing. When we interviewed I believe this is maybe the architect, but when we were, the architect, they had actually built a data center in another county, which was one of the reasons we really wanted to potentially use them, because we were thinking we could just do almost a prototype of the data center that they built. I think it was Duval, but yes, Duval, I see head nods. So streamlining processes so that we could expedite it, because coming up with a custom design is obviously much more time-consuming than maybe just plucking what they did in another district, editing it to kind of meet our needs. And so that was one of the reasons we chose, I think, this architect. But for the record, I'll be recusing myself from all three of these items, as I did sit on the selection committee, but I feel very confident that we have great choices and great contracts to, you guys have to vote on today.
Thank you, Dr. James. Any additional discussion on this item? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. May I have a motion to approve the contract between owner and construction manager for construction services related to construction of new elementary school W, project 24-101?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Conrad, second by Reverend Cummings. Dr. Gullett, do you have anything additional for this item?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just briefly, and the next two items are very similar, as you see, and I know you have to take a vote on them separately, but they're both the same amount of money for $1.6 million. And again, Ms. Dobbins is here to answer any specific questions to the related items to these elementary schools and the construction.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Board, are there any additional questions or comments on this? Seeing and hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. May I have a motion to approve the contract between owner and construction manager for construction services related to construction of new elementary school X, project 24-101?
So moved.
Motion by Reverend Cummings. Second by Ms. Conrad. Dr. Gullett, I think we just covered it in the last
Yes, thank you.
commentary. If there's any additional discussion from the board on this. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion passes 4-0. So with that, our board committee reports. We do have our next administrative briefing and work session immediately following this meeting at 9 a.m. Then our next administrative briefing and work session after that will be scheduled for October 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. and another briefing and work session scheduled for October 19th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Board, we will move into our comments for this specific meeting. I know we have a work session immediately following this and another board meeting next week, but does anyone have any specific comments for this meeting? Ms. Martinez, Attorney Powers, board? Seeing and hearing no additional commentary for this particular meeting, knowing we are about to head into another one, we will adjourn this meeting with no further business at 8:40 a.m. Thank you. Oh, may I have a motion for that? Motion for adjournment. Motion by Ms. Conrad, second by Dr. James. All in favor say aye. 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 Okay, we have a motion passed 5-0, 8:40 a.m. We're adjourning. Thank you.